Beautiful people, it's Nate Jackson. I'm back with another episode of Opinionated. We're live at the All Things Comedy Studios here in Southern California. And something happened on my way to the studio that made me like literally jot down notes. And if you watch the show, you know that when I come with notes, shit's about to get real. Okay? This is what I want to talk about. I don't like, and I'm talking about it grinds my fucking gears. If I hold the door open for somebody, that does not mean I'm giving you my place in line. Does that make sense? Like, if I open the door for you, could you have the courtesy that once we both get inside of said building to be like, go ahead because you opened the door for me? It's like, what, bro, what the fuck? Then, if I open the door for you, I'm being a gentleman, could you goddamn hurry up? How you gonna watch me open the door for you, and then then you go up to the register and you taking your time? New pet peeve alert. And it always is when you're in a rush. You trying to get some gas, or you got to run in the store right quick and do something, and the person that's in front of you in line is full on gambling on these goddamn scratch tickets. Let me get a 777. Let me get an Enchanted Forest. Let me get the Lucky Eights. Let me get the Monopoly game. And then, oh, hold on. I got a couple in my wallet I want to redeem right quick. Did I win? Oh, I ain't win big. I just won $30. Okay, well, let me get two $15 scratch cards. I'm behind you like, motherfucker. I just let you go in front of me being a gentleman and your ass in here gambling and shit like you at Pachanga. Can we be more cognizant of our surroundings? Can we pay attention to what's going on in life? Fuck. People just running around on autopilot, not thinking about shit. Just running around through life, just fucking living, not existing in a brain space, not using any brain power. I mean, goddamn, monks climb mountains, they walk up thousands of steps, they practice meditation. They can center themselves. They can peace their mind, have their mind be nothing but peace. It takes years and years of hard work to learn that level of meditation. To think of literally nothing. That's the whole point. Climbing thousands of steps. Balancing on Tibetan balance beans. Eating a specific diet, meditating around the clock so that they can master the mind and think of nothing. And your dumb ass has the same amount of shit on your brain as the monk that trained that long. Ain't a motherfucking thing in your head. You just floating through life, just living. Fuck the monk's 10,000 hours. Your ass just sitting in fucking Burbank, brain dead in front of a cashier trying to order a goddamn lottery ticket. Fam, I just opened the door for you. Would you please expedite yourself? Hurry up. And that's another thing. Like, I don't know if I'm jealous of that discourse, if I'm jealous of the person that can do that can literally be so single thought, so singularly thought-minded that's just what it is. Like, maybe it's my ADD, maybe it's just, I don't know if it's some other level of development of the brain, but I'm thinking of several things at all times. I saw a study that said 90% of people are thinking about themselves. people are thinking about themselves 90% of the time. 90% of the time. That means there's only 10% that goes to other shit. and other shit. That's there. Now you think about your family, your kids, a coworker, a friend, somebody that you just bumped into's feelings or thoughts or what they may be going through. 90% of what people are thinking about, their human brain is thinking about themselves. They're in their own thoughts about their own world, their own things. That's crazy. I'm empathy first. Or at least, maybe not, but it damn sure ain't 90%. It's got to be 60-40. I'm so concerned with the well-being of others and how they're doing and what's going on and how can I help or affect or be less of a footprint or more of a footprint if necessary. So it's crazy to me when people are just so singular-minded. They're thinking about themselves just with complete, like you see it every day. You see it every day. Somebody merging onto the freeway, no blinker, motherfucker take 2-3 lanes, don't say shit. Everybody like, yo, what the fuck? You damn near cause an accident. You worried about yourself. You worried about yourself. You board a plane. They say, have a nice flight. You say, you too. Where the fuck are they going? In your brain, you have gotten into a place of cognitive laziness to where your natural response is just like it's just a boilerplate response. And that's where, okay, you didn't listen. You weren't processing what the other person said. They said, have a nice flight. Before you could even think and process and listen to what they said, you too comes out your mouth. Waiter sets down your food. Enjoy your meal. You too. Fuck are you talking about? Calm your ass down, open up some more of your brain, and listen to what's going on around you. Having a canned response, that is so crazy to me. You a grown-ass person with thoughts, feelings, you're mature, you're intelligent, but somebody asks you, how you doing? Good. How was your day? Fine. You all right? Yup. I asked my friends, are you doing good? Yeah, I'm good. Would you tell me if you weren't? That's what I asked. Would you tell me if you weren't? Because a lot of people, they just carry whatever their burdens are in silence. Everybody going through something, but that doesn't give you permission to only be thinking about yourself or to have answers that are so disconnected from the moment that it's just a random ass candle. What are you, a teenager? Parents asking you how was school? Walking up the stairs to your room or down the hallway to your room and you don't even process the answer. It was cool. What you learned today? Shit, stuff. Did you have fun? Yeah. Or no? Was it boring? Yes. Like what are we doing? You gotta sit in it, guys. You gotta appreciate the moments. I told you I've been dealing with a lot of loss, and it's not that I'm like dealing with, grievance like that or whatever. But what is happening is this shift of true appreciation for life, for the moments, to try not let anything be autopilot, let anything be mundane. I went to a movie premiere last night, and this shit was incredible. Okay? Jay Snow, who you may or may not know, but if you do know, then you know him from YouTube. One of our brilliant minds in young Hollywood. He's written for countless award shows. He was on Wildin' Out. He was on Wildin' Out with me. He was supposed to be on Wildin' Out with me, and then something happened, and then he hurt his vocal cords, and I never seen no shit like this, but he hurt his vocal cords, and it made his voice go, he had stressed his voice so much, he literally sounded like that. Day one. Day two, it was starting to relax and get back down, but it never got back down to normal. He sounded like Mickey Mouse. Obviously, that can't go on the show. So now he had this beautiful opportunity that he couldn't do because something happened to him. His throat was messed up, but his brain's still genius. So he helped contribute via the consultant team, helping to write bits, sending his jokes out with other people that could speak. So the movie I saw last night, which was, I'm telling you, was amazing. And it was called, You Look Fine. This shit, it's not out yet. It's at the place in movie development where, you know, you've done several versions of it. You're on version 22 with all the notes and everything edited together. You got whoever's attached to it. You know, you're trying to get it to have a good run in award in the film festivals, so it can win awards and then make its way to be something that is on somebody's platform, right? So he has Marlon Wayans attached to it. Marlon believes in him. It's a great movie. Here's the thing. The movie is about him, his life, and everything he's been going through as a sickle cell anemia warrior. Now, if anybody's familiar with sickle cell, you know that people that have sickle cell are living in a constant, almost constant state of pain. And what can happen is they call it crises. They go, when did you have a crisis? That was a common thread. Like, when was your last crisis? Have you had a crisis? How old were you when you had your first crisis? Crisis being this illness makes you so weak that you can't do anything that you would normally do. You can get into a cycle of you're healthy 2-3 weeks, then you have a crisis. Then you're in the hospital for a week. They're doing blood transfusions. They're changing all your blood out to get back to, you know, healthy blood, not sickle cell blood. I don't know if that's the right way to say it. I don't want to say anything that offends anybody, but they're trying to give you fresh, healthy blood of your blood type. Hopefully yours isn't rare. Then you get out of the hospital. Then you got like a week of like just recuperating from having been in the hospital and everything you just went through. Then you got about 2, 3, maybe 5 weeks before something triggers it again. I could not believe it. Like to find out in hindsight that that's what happened to his voice. He had a crisis with sickle cell, and he was so weak that as he was talking, he stretched his voice to where he literally sounded like Mickey Mouse. Opportunity missed to be on, at that time, the biggest show in our lives. I'm watching this short film, and it's mind-blowing how much he appreciates life, how much he is making sure he gets out of life. He's advised to not go certain amount of feet above sea level and shit. This motherfucker be hiking. He ain't supposed to be up there. He trying to see his life to the fullest. One of the funny moments, I mean, I don't want to give it away, but basically it's just like, should I slow down or should I live my life to the fullest? And he understands the weight of what happens when he lives it to the fullest. He knows there's a high percentage possibility that experience could literally lead to another crisis, and he's down for a week, 2 weeks, full blood transfusion, maybe could die, severe pain, opioids. To consider the fact that just going hooping with some friends or on a hike with a loved one or a date, but the right kind of date, we don't know what it is that sets it off, but the right date, and boom, he's out of there. You're going on a date, he's risking his life. That's a different type of living than most of us are accustomed to. People make decisions all the time acting like they're going to live forever. You're not. One thing's for sure, one thing is for certain. You ain't going to live forever. And you're going to pay some taxes. Everything else is negotiable. But could you imagine if your next date or trip out of town or expedition or hiking trip or vacation, if you knew there was let's stick with 90, there's a 90% chance you about to be hospital bedridden for 10, 12 days. Or that when you are healthy, you're healthy, you feel good, your energy is up. You've already done the weekend in the hospital, you got out the hospital. So you got to mute your phones when you do this stuff. I'm podcasting. How you doing? I forgot. Okay. I should have told you. I'll call you when I get out of here.
Bye.
Go. That's Keela. Anyway, so my assistant, if anybody is curious. So you have a crisis, you go to the hospital, you're sick, and for a week you're healing. You get to the point where you can be let out of the hospital. You still need a week to recuperate and to just like get over what you just went through with all of the processes and tapping of the blood and all the stuff that they do. That the process of healing you hurts. Now you don't know how much time you have to do certain things. How would you move knowing that like having enough good health to do the next couple of things was something where you didn't have a lot of time? Are you going to not eat that thing? Are you going to not go to that place? Are you going to not see that girl? Are you going to hold out the pussy? Are you going to like, let's just look at it. I'm from Lacey, Washington. It's 45 minutes to an hour south of Seattle. Okay, I'm ashy. Y'all ain't gonna live it down either. Y'all gonna be like, oh, great elbow ass. I didn't have nothing to put on it. I could have put some barbecue sauce on there, but then what y'all gonna call me? So it is what it is. I'm just gonna be gray, sweet baby gray. I look like I crawled to this bitch. Anyway, so I low-key lost my train of thought between that phone call and being ashy. Let's see here. That's why I got notes. I'll just cut out a dead spot. You're here and present. Do you know what I was saying before that? I surely don't. And that's fine. Oh, I got it. You gonna hold out on the pussy? Are you gonna, your friends call you and invite you to go out and you feel good. You have the energy level to go, but you're like, nah, I'm just gonna stay home. Not because of anything other than laziness, not because of there's no impetus outside of just like, man, I think I'll just stay in the crib. And I get if you're go, and then you just want to stay at home to relax. But do you think you still pass up on that same opportunity to have that kind of fellowship and bonding time with friends and family on that you got to invite to, if you have to take into consideration that there's other times you've had invites or other times you'll be invited and you will not be capable of going, that you'll be in a hospital bedridden? So, 1, give up that pussy, ladies. 2, we just got to cherish more life. We have to cherish more life. And I know people are like, well, what does that even mean? Like how, like people say, live your life to the fullest. What does that mean? Bruh, have as many grand experiences that could possibly create a memory as you can. That. Don't have empty interactions with people. How was your day? Good? No. If you have the time and the capacity, then have the conversation. How was your day? I'm going to be honest with you. My day was cool. Here's what happened in the first part of my day. Let me tell you about the middle, what I had for lunch. Let me tell you the tea. Clock that. Let's talk about my day. Let's talk about your day. Let's have a quality, real conversation, because there's the possibility that you won't be around to have it. How many people have lost somebody and you're like, fuck, if I just had one more, what I would give to have one more moment with said person, to have one more interaction with my grandma, father, mom, brother, fraternity brother, my best friend, or like if I could just have one more. How many people, and it's kind of dark, but how many people, like, there's been wildfires in California. How many people been like, man, I really should have like cherished my home more. Like I took my family home for granted. You just think it's always going to be there. So it's like, nah, I'll just go get an apartment 2 blocks down. I don't need to stay with family. When in reality, you always over there anyway. You eat there. You bonding with your siblings that are still there. You might as well have stayed there. But you done up and moved out. Now the whole house done burnt down. It's gone. You took it for granted. How many people know how to surf but ain't been in hella long? And got the audacity that their commute got them going up and down PCH or going right back and forth past somewhere that they used to surf. How many times do you walk past your wife and you don't smack her on the booty? You don't lean over and give her a kiss? Ladies, how many times do you lay next to your husband and just go to sleep, knowing he wants some of that pussy? Knowing you really low key, if you got started, you would appreciate some dick. But you take your ass to bed acting like tomorrow's promise. These are just little examples. Little examples. I had a dog when I was a kid. Beautiful chocolate lab named Star. I literally remember, like, I was gonna go spend some time with Star, and then I decided to do something else that I was like, oh, some selfish shit. And then he got hit by a car. Like, fucking devastating, to where I'm like, why the fuck didn't I just go? How many people lost somebody and you're like, man, I don't like the last thing that I said. I don't like the last interaction that I had. Like, that's how you get more out of life. Make sure the interactions are poignant. Make sure they're juicy. Make sure they're good. Get out of being 90% of thinking about yourself. Expand that 10% as much as you can to be empathetic, to cherish the moments. And I know we don't know which one to cherish, and you can't stretch yourself thin trying to be everywhere all at once, but I'm telling you, man, after watching that documentary, I was like, whoo, I take a lot of stuff for granted. And that's after I already acknowledged having lost loved ones, best friends, frat brothers, and like, I'm going to get more out of life. I am going to get more out of life. I'm going to wring the joy out of every moment. If it makes sense, I'll be the last one to leave. If it makes sense, I'll be the first one to be there. Not taking none of that for granted. None of the interactions. And, maybe that's irritating. I don't know. But if you see me out and I dap you up, don't think it's weird if I hold your goddamn hand for one more beat than normal and I look you in the face and say, how you doing? Don't think it's weird if you give me a hug and the hug is a little bit longer than a hug normally is. Because how long is a hug? Bam, that's it. We don't time that. We don't know how long hug time is. It ain't a full breath. It's not a full inhale or exhale. It's, I don't know, the length of a fart. 3 blinks. How long is a hug? Just, that's it. Because if it's weird if somebody hug you and they just, my sister do that shit. Debrina will hug you and goddamn just start rubbing your shoulders during the hug. You be like, man, God, if you're not used to that level of contact and affection, it's like, come on, man, get the fuck up off of me, bruh. But I would, if I ever felt like that, I can acknowledge now that it's because I was taking that for granted. Because if, God forbid, something happened to my sister who I love dearly, I would be talking about how she would hug me longer and try to give me more affection, and I'm the one breaking our embrace. That I ain't never got. You ever been out in public and hear a piece of shit kid talking crazy to their mom or talking crazy to their dad? Sorry to interrupt the episode, but it's time to pay our sponsors. This episode is brought to you by Zippix nicotine-infused toothpicks. Zippix brings you a totally satisfying, convenient, and great-tasting way to curb your nicotine cravings. Now you can get your nicotine fix anytime, anywhere, without having to rely on vaping or smoking. Zippix toothpicks give you an easier, better, and more discreet way to get your fix. Let's face it, kicking bad habits like vaping can really be tough. Zippix are a great tool to help you finally say goodbye to vaping for good. These toothpicks aren't just a great nicotine delivery device, but they also satisfy the hand-to-mouth habit. Mine is cinnamon. It's delicious. So any oral fixation commonly associated with smoking and vaping are nipped in the bud. They're available in 6 great long-lasting flavors, and they have options in 2 milligrams or 3 milligrams of nicotine. Zippix toothpicks are perfect for flights, sporting events, restaurants, and literally everywhere that smoking and vaping are banned. They're one of the most effective and cost-effective nicotine products on the market, and you're proudly made in the USA. If you're not a nicotine user, or you're just trying to get away from your nicotine habits, Zippix also offers caffeine and B12-infused toothpicks for quick energy boosts. Zippix have already helped hundreds of thousands of customers get their nicotine fix without needing to inhale smoke or vape oils. So what are you waiting for? Give your lungs a break and try Zippix nicotine-infused toothpicks. Ditch the cigarettes, ditch the vapes, and get some nicotine-infused toothpicks today. Only sold online at zippixtoothpicks.com. That's ZIPPIX toothpicks.com. Get 10% off your first order by using the code NATE at checkout. You must be 21 or older to order. Warning, nicotine is an addictive chemical. Zip more, smoke less with Zippix nicotine toothpicks. I can't remember where I was. There was a little I was at the barbershop. Jay Kenlow's barbershop, Tacoma, Washington, Tacoma Mall. Chad Kenlow was cutting my hair. Shout out to Jay Kenlow barbershop, and also Go Philly. Go peruse both of those businesses, and shout out to Chad Kenlow for keeping me tight. This haircut is nice. This one is from the production, but this ain't no damn Chad Kenlow cut. And I don't mean no disrespect to the barber that it was. Shout out to Breeze, because he cutting good hair. But that goddamn Kenlow. So I'm sitting in Kenlow's shop. There's a young Latina mom. She's got 2 kids with her. 3, excuse me. There's a girl who, I don't know how old she is. These are all kids. The girl was probably the same age as the youngest, as the smallest boy. So there was a small girl, a small boy, and then there was an older boy. By maybe 2-3 years. None of the kids are older than 7. These are little kids. So the one that is literally running rampant around the barbershop, he got to be like 4.5 or something like that. I say, you want my belt? Do you need a belt? Or are we just going to keep letting this happen? Do you need a belt? Goddamn baby going crazy. Whoop that goddamn baby. Whoop that goddamn baby. Again, my thing is this. Because on one hand, it's like, Yeah, the baby running wild, but what, we don't want nothing to happen to the baby, so let the baby run wild. But on the other hand, it's like, hey man, don't I'm living my life to the fullest, yo ass into other people are now uncomfortable and you're affecting their quality of life. I don't know. That's just what's on my mind. And the pet peeves and the shit that gets to me. Let me pay a bill. Okay, today's episode is brought to you by The Roses. The Roses collection is my clothing line, designed by me, made by hand, handcrafted on looms at high quality GSM cotton levels with terry cloth patterns and combed cotton patterns. This is The Roses. It's incredible. Our t-shirts are even better than, if you know shirts, they're better than Shaka. This ain't just a Shaka shirt with something screen printed on it. This right here was made from the loom. It's extremely soft. Also, we got pants, jeans, denim. We have full. This is The Roses. The pants, the shirt. We have a full lineup. It's basically 4 levels. We have upper, a high class designer, where we have ultra high quality compacted jackets and pants. We have rhinestone jeans, denim, rhinestone sweaters. Then we have the sweatsuits, tops, bottoms, long sleeve, short sleeve, creased, uncreased, just depending on the design that you like. And then we have just lounge and chill, like t-shirts. The whole line is about size inclusivity. It's for the big guy that wants to dress nice, but when you go to the mall, they turn you away. That feeling fucking sucks. You're at the mall, you're looking for something to wear. As soon as you walk in the store, the person that's in there folding clothes is looking at you like this. I hope you're buying a gift for somebody smaller than you, because we go up to 1X or we go up to 2X. I'm here to tell you, I go from XL all the way up to 4X, and you will be comfortable. You will be fly. You will be fresh to death. People will notice you. I should change that. You will be fresh to life. Okay? The Roses collection, it's where confidence blooms and style blossoms. Check it out today. There's something on there for you. Now, here's the secret. The secret is some of the items, there are sizes small through 4XL as well. That's for a bigger kid. That's for your wife. That's for a woman that's okay with wearing something unisex and you know how to rock things. There's something for everybody, and everybody deserves their roses. Check out therosescollection.com today. Get you something. Treat yourself. Where am I at on time? 31? Really? I feel like I did a whole goddamn hour. Fuck. All right. And now we're back. I got this idea. This idea that I had is because, and bear with me, man, I'm just trying to grasp the concept of like how somebody that's as good as Martin Boston, that wants more good in the world, that believes in good in people, that sees the best in people, that cherishes life, that actually made himself the unofficial historian of all things in every organization that he was a part of, how that person passes away. But then there's like shit balls. There's some of the worst asshole, evil motherfucker is still alive. Like how? Now, I'm not saying it in like I'm trying to cope with this way. I literally started thinking about it, and like being an angel, that task has got to be a motherfucker. Like whoever's picking and choosing who gets to stay and who has to go. What are you, rolling dice? Maybe it's this. Entertain this. Think about this. Maybe there's something going on where, like, in order to get rid of one evil, nasty motherfucker, 10 random good people gotta go. And they weigh it out, you know, their wings are floating a little bit behind them, and they weigh it out, and they're like, I don't want to have to get rid of 10 good people, but if we leave this evil motherfucker alive, he gonna take out thousands. He gonna ruin the lives of X amount of people. So 10 good ones at random gotta go. With the push of some sort of heavenly button, bam. That kind of logic is that's the only way I can wrap my mind around, like, why are good people going? Why Brandon Johnson? If you don't know that name, I'll tell you a little story. Brandon Johnson, a pastor's kid. He may have gotten to 15, maybe 14. He couldn't drive yet. He grew up in the church at New Life Baptist Church where I grew up. Sweet little kid. He had just hit puberty, because you could see he was starting to get attention from girls, but he was young. And he went to go play with friends in, I want to say, the Tangawal Park, and they were playing with like airsoft guns or something like that, or paintball or something. But when his gun ran out, he sat down on the curb and he twisted the back of the gun to change out the CO2 cartridge, and the one that was in it wasn't expired. So as soon as he took the back off the gun, the CO2 cartridge shot up and hit him in the middle of his forehead and split his head open. In the hospital, healing, fighting for his life, healing, fighting for his life, then taken. It was devastating to everybody who ever came in contact with young Brandon Johnson. This kid was a sweetheart. I mean, everybody knew him. We all helped raise him. And it was so sad watching his older sister Nicole and his mom just coping with it. Oh, how do you justify that? How do we make sense of that? Taking him, there had to be somebody so evil on the other side of the coin that his soul had to go too. That's the only way I can look at it. It's the only way I can justify it, the only way I can make any sense of it. Here's another concept. What if our souls, our adult souls, are attached to another person, a baby? What if an old soul is attached to a completely at random young soul? And when one dies, the other one dies suddenly. That would explain the unexplainable. That would explain an infant passing and going on to heaven. Because what? You telling me a baby with all the freshest cells, the freshest mitochondria, the healthiest system, that has never smoked, never drank, never done nothing bad? You telling me a baby that's flexible, you could literally watch it fall, and if you did that same fall as an adult, you break, tear, rip ACLs and all kind of shit. The baby just get up and giggle. That baby, without no evidential reason, pass away? It's got to be attached to somebody that was like 91, 88 or something. Their soul had lived its full whatever. And then when that old person died, the two, and I don't know. Maybe heaven is a BOGO deal. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you can't get in alone. You ever heard of like an old person that, like a couple, the one passes away and then very short after the other one passes away, even though the one that died second was healthy? Like dying from misery or sadness or whatever. I think it's because the first person was their person. They pass and they can't get in without their person. So they can walk in together. Maybe it's a twofer up there. I try to wrap my mind around when phenomenal people and have things happen to them and it's senseless, it's unexplainable. Like maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm onto something. Maybe this is just some nonsense. Maybe you hear this and you're like, man, what the fuck? Nate going through it. No, I'm good. I'm a thinker, so I'm going to think about everything. But lotion, apparently, holy shit, my elbows are gray. I literally look like I was doing this shit in sand. This is ridiculous. You guys got All Things Comedy. You don't got nothing for moisturizer. You got All Things Comedy and nothing moisturizer. Put that in here somewhere. All Things Comedy, nothing for moisturizer and ashiness. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know what show was before this, but this motherfucking microphone stinks. Okay, so whoever was on this microphone, you need your throat boiled. You need to gargle some goddamn shit, whatever the juice is they dip Newports in. You need a menthol throat baptism. God damn, you need a winter fresh uppercut. I don't know who the fuck. What were they saying? I would like to listen to whatever was recorded in here last to see if that shit would explain why it stinks so goddamn much. What were they talking about? Oh. Listen, here's the thing. I wasn't gonna say nothing, but I gotta say something. And I want to apologize in advance. There's a lot of people who are happy about the tour. There's people who are upset about the tour because dates are getting rescheduled. Listen, beautiful people, the whole point of this journey is to take it to the next level, and there's next level activity happening right now in my life. The type of things that I pray for, the type of thing that my loved ones pray for, the type of things that you would be extremely proud of me for. Now, I understand you wanted to see me in your city. I understand maybe you got your ticket, you got your outfit, you already took off work, you got a babysitter, but please bear with me. I want nothing more than to come to your city and to make you laugh. But when there's an opportunity, it's not even but when, it's when there's an opportunity to do something that locks you in time forever, you got to take that. What I'm talking about is TV. I'm talking about movies. October 17th, Good Fortune comes out in theaters. That's Aziz Ansari's directorial debut. It has Keanu Reeves, Seth Rogen, Keke Palmer, and me. I said I wasn't going to say your boy, but your boy is in that movie. It's called Good Fortune. It comes out October 17th. In order to do Good Fortune, I was not able to do Corpus Christi, Texas. They've been rescheduled on 3 times. I apologize, but trust me, Corpus Christi, I want to get to you. If not to tell jokes, at the very least to come to the original Whataburger. At the very least to go to the memorial for Selena and beady bum round that motherfucker. I'm coming to Corpus Christi. You got new dates. Your tickets are good. They'll be honored. Omaha, Iowa, these dates have to be rescheduled. I have booked a new sitcom. First of all, please go watch The Paper. It's on Peacock. As a matter of fact, before season 1 aired, season 2 was greenlit. The latest information about it is that NBC has greenlit it to go on network for distribution. So not just Peacock, NBC, Universal, Channel 5, all over the world. You don't even need to have cable to just point your antenna. You get Channel 5. I'm talking worldwide exposure for your boy. So please watch The Paper. I act up in it. Admittedly, I'm in episode 1 for a little bit, and then you don't see me again until 5, 6, 7, 9, and 10. That's 6 episodes. I am so thankful to be a part of that. That's the biggest comedy production since, I don't know, pre-COVID, maybe ever. The Office is You can argue with a tree. The Office is fucking immaculate and amazing. The people that did the paper are the same people. It's literally a spinoff. Watch it. You'll be a better person for watching it. It is written extremely well. It's crushing reviews in a good way. 94% Rotten Tomatoes. I'm in that. That's out right now. 6 episodes. I'm trying to tell you. I booked another sitcom. And the role in it is even bigger than what's going on in the paper. While I'm having a ball, while I appreciate Greg Daniels, while I appreciate the character Nate Wells and would love to do it for as long until the wheels fall off, this new sitcom presents a different feel, a different energy, a different, like your boy gets to spread his ashy wings. Gets to just do some of this. Just play with it. We got the take now. Play with it. And when you look at the work history, i.e., when you look at the IMDb of the showrunner, show creator, director, everybody that's like number 1 on the call sheet, number 2 on the call sheet, number 3 on the call sheet, number 4 on the call sheet. Holy shit. I cannot say what the project is because I haven't been greenlit to say it. But just know I'm on that. I'm in it. I'm fully in it. I'm method acting and everything. I'm in it. And it's going out of this world. Out of this world. It's going out of this world. You are going to be so proud. So I apologize that I can't get to certain cities, but please bear with me because we're out here doing the type of thing that changes everything. Okay? So rock with your boy. The next crowd work joint got moved from October 1st to October 8th. I will be in Tacoma at the Super Funny Comedy Club to do that. Letting you guys know about some other dates that I have coming up so that you guys can get all excited about it. Because that's what we should do, right? We should be on the edge of our seat, pregnant with enthusiasm. I just be saying stuff while I try to pull it up. But I want to announce because I know I have Florida coming up. And looking forward to that. I'm going to be doing Fort Myers and Jacksonville. So the Florida theaters on Friday, September 26th in Jacksonville, Florida. Then I have the Barbara B. Mann Performing Arts Hall in Fort Myers, Florida on the 27th. Then I come back and I film for another week. Then instead of going to Omaha and Iowa, I have to stay local because of the filming of this new sitcom. So I picked up the 3rd through the 5th. I will be at the Levity Live in Oxnard, California. Been there before. It's an immaculate comedy club. I don't know, like it's like it had different architects than the rest of the Levity Lives or the rest of the improvs. It is stunning. Kansas City, it's going down Friday, October 10th. Kansas City, you about to get this work. Okay, now I was just out there and I came to do special guest spots with Matt Rife and we had a ball. 12,000 people. I'm coming back to do 4,000 people. Thankful for my 4,000 that want to come see me. But I hope some of them 12,000 pull up on this show too. You got a taste. You had a sample. Now come on back around. It's like when you walk through the food court and they hand you that bomb-ass piece of bourbon chicken on that hard-ass spaghetti noodle. And you weren't going to eat that day. That's not what you had a taste for. But you taste that little bourbon chicken, you like, God damn, let me get a plate of that shit. I'm the plate of that shit, and the plate of that shit is going down on Friday, October 10th at the Kansas City Music Hall. I expect to see y'all there. Then October 16th, I come back and act some more. October 16th is Huntington, New York, a.k.a. New York City, a.k.a. if you're in New York, I don't want to hear you talking about that ain't New York City. I'm coming all the way to New York. I'm near New York City. You get your ass on a plane, train, automobile, subway, a boat, and you bring your ass to Huntington, New York. We're at the Paramount in Huntington. Then we go to New Haven, Connecticut, to the Schubert Theater the next day. There is many, many more shows that I have coming up. I want you to go on my website, natejacksoncomedy.com, find the one that's nearest you or the one that's dearest to you. It's okay to take a road trip. It's okay to go back home or to go somewhere you haven't been before. You want to come to Hollywood? You want to see me in Hollywood? Pull up. I'll be in Hollywood at the Black Comedy Festival, at the Hollywood Black Comedy Festival on November 1st. Then the next day we're going to the Bay up in Oakland for the Bay Area version of the same thing, the Black Comedy Festival. And like I said, October 8th, you can pull up on me at the Super Funny Comedy Club in Tacoma, Washington. That's always a movie. That is always fun. And the crowd work joints, my God, we went through it. Okay, we went through it during the times that I was not allowed to post crowd work joints because the Netflix special was doing its thing. We went through it. But I'm happy to say, very happy to say, well, I thought we had gotten like derailed and everything was going to be messed up because we couldn't post for months. Let me tell you something. That one that we posted for September, that thing is at 700,000 views, 17,640 likes, 1,115 comments. We back, baby. We back. And then the October one is coming. It's going to drop on October 3rd. No, it's going to drop on, what day is that? Friday, October 3rd, the next crowd work joint drops. That will be the last one that was shot at the old Super Funny Comedy Club. And then we will start putting out the new ones, like the two that we just shot in September at the new club. Listen. Somebody, some network, some platform needs to go ahead and break bread and let's license these things and take it to the top. This right here, this marketing that I just did of it, and a story post, maybe a wall post, is all the marketing that any of these crowd work joints have had. And these things have an obscene amount of views. Obscene. This is the numbers. 1.8 million, 1.6, 1.8, 1.6, 1.5, 2.2, 1.6, 2.5, 1.8, 1.5, 1.5, 1.5, 1.3, 1.2, 1.5, 1.6, 1.4, 1.4, 1.3, 1.5, 1. You get it. Those are millions and millions of views all the way up the timeline. Each one of these crowd work joints, you go on stage, you're not allowed to talk about anything that was a written material. It has to be either in front of you or something you thought about since you woke up. That was a challenge. I stepped up to the challenge, and these come out every month, and people love them. And so they're back, and I'm so thankful for that. So thankful for that. With that said, I want everybody to have a blessed day, man. Get the most out of life, man. Cherish the little moments. Don't take anything for granted. Hug a little longer, dap a little longer, check on people, kiss your loved ones a little bit more, hang on to people, hang on to the moments, you know what I'm saying? Have the full conversation. Don't be rushing and I gotta go. You ain't going nowhere. You could have took a couple of minutes and had that full conversation. Do that. Get the most out of life. Cherish it, man. Cherish it, because there's people out here that look fine, and they're going through it. Shout out to Jay Snow. If you're interested in film and film projects, please look into Jay Snow's You Look Fine. It's really good. And be present during conversations. Enjoy your meal. You too? No more. You sit there and you listen. You appreciate that person that brought you that food that said enjoy your meal. Thank you, I will. I'm actually excited to see what this type of rice tastes like. Or maybe that's corny, but just fucking you get it. You get it. Unless you're a dumbass or a Tibetan monk. All right, y'all. Peace.